low, sitting silent in a courtroom chair. Feet don't touch the floor, people staring everywhere. Paper stacks, cold faces, voices in the air. Talking about my life like I'm not even there. Judge reading files like a story on a page. Case number kid, just another broken age. Mama in the back, but her eyes feel far away. And I'm wondering if today's the day she give me away. Social worker whispers we'll find him a place, but every word lands heavy on a smoker's face. All I know is home, never seem to stay. And every door I walk through feels the same shade of gray. I didn't choose this road, didn't choose this pain, but every storm I face put iron in my veins. They thought the story ended before it even began, but a kid in that courtroom was already making a plan. Group home, strange rooms, strangers at the door. Different beds every year, maybe even more. Lonely little kids staring holes in the floor, thinking maybe love ain't meant for me anymore. Teacher saying focus, but my mind's in a fight, trying to survive through another long night. Everyone around me saying life ain't fair, but nobody explaining why I'm even there. Mama said I'd never make it past 18. Words cut deeper than a knife ever seen, but pain can turn a broken heart into steel. And even little kids learn how to deal. I didn't choose this road, didn't choose this pain, but every storm I face put iron in my veins. They thought the story ended before it even began, but a kid in that courtroom was already making a plan. One day they'll hear the story, one day they'll understand that the system tried to break me, but it built a stronger man. Yeah, I was a case number kid. Yeah. Trash bag, suitcase sitting by the door. Everything I own couldn't hold much more. Taxi ride, staring out the window black, watching every place I knew just slowly pass. Social workers saying it's by either one, but they all sound the same at that house number one. Every new Porsche used colder than the last. Every new start, just another fading past. In the table, silence, eyes watching me like I'm just a guest passing through for the week. They say make yourself at home, but I know how it goes. Soon enough, another car ride down another road. Kids at school asking where the parents stay. I just laugh it off, say they far away. Hard to explain when you're barely a kid, but your childhood lives in the government grade. I was a case number kid, house that house again. Different beds, different rules, different sets of friends. Every door closing, every road turning cold, but a heart grows strong when it's supposed to grow old. They saw paperwork, they saw files in the name, but inside that file that was spiraling pain. And the world might have run me off back then, but a case number kid kept fighting on me again. Group home halls with the flickering lights, echoes of fights in the middle of the night. Boys with temper stories full of scars. Everybody hurting but pretending we're hard. Some kids yelling, some kids breaking down. Some already lost before they even found. You can see the pain hiding under the skin. Every single one of us just trying to win. Learn how to joke just to bury the stress. Be the goofy laid back kid, never confess. Smile real wide like I'm doing alright, even when the loneliness creeps in at night. Nobody doesn't know how to deal with the pain, just another broken system running the game. But somewhere outside through the chaos and fear, a quiet voice kept saying it's still there. I was a case, I'm a kid, lost the house again. Different beds, different rules, different sets of friends. Every door closing, every road turning cold, but a heart grows strong when it's supposed to grow old. They saw paperwork, they saw flowers in the name, but inside that fire there was fire and pain. And the world might have run me off back then, but a case number kid kept fighting again. Sometimes I sit on the edge of the bed, thinking about the words my own mama said. You won't make 18, those echoes remain cutting deeper every hair in my brain. Watching other kids disappear from the home, some locked up beyond, some already doing. Some chasing drugs just to numb what they feel, trying to survive in a world that ain't real. Every goodbye made my heart grow cold. Every new story, another chapter untold. But pain can shape you in ways you don't see, turns a lost little kid into who you'll be. And even though nobody believed in my name, something inside refused to break in the flame. Like iron and fire, getting stronger weight. I was learning how to stand on my own 2 feet. I was a case number kid, getting off too soon. Sister said I feel like a passing moon, but the fire inside never burns out there. In that case, number king kept rising again. I was a case number king, yeah. I was a case number king, yeah. I was a case number king, yeah. Kept rising again, yeah. I was a case number king, chase file name, yeah. Courtroom kid, chase file name. I was a case number king, courtroom night, yeah. I was a case, yeah. I was a case. Trash cake, suitcase, trash, cake, trash bag, suitcase, trash. Yeah. Hallway lights flicker in a broken house. Voices yelling loud, never quiet down. Doors slamming hard like thunder in the walls. Every kid inside already built a fall. Cops outside more than the mailman comes. Blue lights flashing while the neighbors run. Another night hearing someone scream. Another kid learning what chaos means. Teenage years, but we feeling grown. Nobody guiding us, we on our own. Older boys talking about money and weight, saying quick cash is the fastest escape. Watching them count stacks on the kitchen table, talking like the system never gonna save you. And when you're young and the world feels cold, those words start sounding like truth being told. This a chaos house, broken souls inside where the strong survive and the weak ones hide every hallway. Echo filled with pain and doubt, and you either lose yourself or you fight your way out. Chaos house where the nights turn cold, where a young kid learns how the world gets sold, and the streets start whispering louder each day, trying to pull another lost kid away. Some kids chasing pills just to numb their mind. Some kids running from the past they hide. Some kids dreaming but they don't say it loud. Dreams don't last long in a chaos crowd. Seen fights break out over nothing at all. Seen anger explode like a wrecking ball. Everyone hurting but nobody speaks. Pain build monsters out of broken teens. Watched a friend leave in the back of a car, handcuffs tight while he stared at the stars. Said he'd be back in a couple of years, but everybody knew what the road appears. Another one gone to the corner light, another one trapped in a street war fight. Every day felt like a warning sign, like the same dark fate was chasing mine. It's a chaos house, broken souls inside where the strong survive and the weak ones hide every hallway. Echo filled with pain and doubt, and you either lose yourself or you fight your way out. Chaos house where the nights turn cold, where a young kid learns how the world gets sold, and the streets start whispering louder each day, trying to pull another lost kid away. I remember sitting late in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling and the flickering light, thinking maybe this is just the way life goes. Broken homes, broken dreams, broken roads. But then I started seeing people disappear. One locked up, one buried every year. Funeral suits replacing hoodies and chains, and the pain kept stacking like a pile of rain. And something in my chest started feeling wrong, like the path we walking wouldn't last too long. Like the streets were digging graves in advance, waiting for another kid to take that chance. That's when a thought hit deep in my mind. Maybe I don't gotta live that life. Maybe there's a road nobody can see, and maybe that road was waiting for me. Everybody saying this the only way, everybody saying we were born to stay. But deep in the noise of the chaos loud, a quiet voice started breaking through the crowd. This a chaos house where the lost ones stay, but not every soul is built to decay. And even in darkness a spark can start inside a young kid with a stubborn heart. Yeah, chaos house, try to swallow my name, try to pull me down in the system's game, but a fire inside started finding this path, and the next chapter's coming out of the ash. Yeah. Some people stay, some people disappeared, some people never made it out. But I was starting to realize I didn't want that ending. Yeah, chaos eyes. Yeah. Listen, gotta paint a picture, ain't no pretty scene. Born in the silence, a whisper turned to scream. They called it a system, felt more like a cage. Tiny footsteps, left on an empty stage. Every false that house, just another chapter torn. Heard the echo, you're not wanted, should've never been born. Yeah, that's what they fed me. A steady guy to dread, played it overseas beat inside my fragile head. Never got the warning, never got to dream a lot. Just dodging the punches in every single spot. Physical, yeah, but the mental, that was the deep cut. Told I was broken, a failure, a permanent rut. Heartbeats a drum solo, out of sync, out of time. Trying to find a rhythm that I could call mine. Lost in the echo chamber where the past still speaks. Every waking moment felt like a silent streak. They stole my childhood, yeah, they stripped it bare. Never learned to laugh out, just to live in fair. Bruises ain't always visible, mental scars run deep. Told I was worthless, secrets I had to keep. Beaten battered, picked on, left behind the wall. What they didn't know, I was learning how to crawl and walk and run and fight and stand so tall. Yeah, I was a mistake, nah, I was just from sun to soot. They stole my childhood. They stole my child. Yo, school halls were battlegrounds, torn sharp as blades. Caught me lames outside or lost in the grades. Orphan weirdo, nobody etched into my brain. Every word is shackled, fueling all the pain. The looks from the adults like I was some disease. Always a problem, never meant to bring them ease. Watched other kids play with parents holding hands, building sandcastles while I just built mental dams. To hold back the flood, the anger, the doubt, the shame. Playing the character, forgetting my own name. My own mind became a prison, built brick by brick. Every mirror reflect you, the broken, lonely kid. Yo, parties a drum solo, out of sync, out of time. Trying to find a rhythm that I can call mine. Lost in the echo chamber where the past still speaks. Every waking moment felt like a silent shriek. They stole my childhood, yeah, they stripped it bare. Never learned to laugh loud, just to live in fear. Bruises ain't always visible, mental scars run deep. Told I was worthless, secrets I had to keep. Repeat them battered, picked on, left behind the wall. But they didn't know I was learning how to crawl and walk and run and fight and stand so tall. Yeah, I was a mistake, nah, I was just misunderstood. Something shifted, lifted up. Something shifted, yeah, lifted up with something shifted. A flicker in the dark, heard a voice inside me, leave its bitter mark. Said, you're more than labels, more than what they said you be. Started writing my own story, finally setting me free at the ghetto. Pain was heavy, but it forged my spine. Took every shattered piece, made it perfectly the line. Used the anger as fuel to burn the bridges down. Built my own kingdom with my own damn crown. The child I couldn't be, he's cheering me on now. From the rubble, from the shame, I built this somehow. Look at me now, the close, you see the scar. They ain't wounds no more, they just my battle scars. They know my childhood, yeah, they stripped it bad. Tried to drown me in fear, but I learned how to breathe it in. Bruises ain't always visible, mental scars run deep. But the promises they made were the ones I chose to keep. Beaten, battered, picked all, left behind the wall. But I crawled and walked and ran and stood so damn tall. Yeah, I was a mistake, nah, I'm the proof that you were wrong. Bitch stole my child. This ain't just a rabbit, this is my overcoming song. No, not a mistake. They stole my child. I'm a survivor. I'm the breakthrough. Undefeated. They stole my child. Yeah. Undefeated. Undefeated. Yeah. Used to run the streets with a crew of my own. Kids from broken houses trying to feel like home. Laughing in the dark like the pain wasn't real. But everybody hiding wounds they couldn't heal. Nighttime talks on a cracked up porch. Passing around dreams that were running short. Talking about money, talking about fame. But deep down we were all running from the same pain. First time I heard someone didn't come back. Silence in the air like a heart attack. 1 minute here, next minute gone. Life hit hard like a siren song. Standing in black by a wooden frame. Reading the name I knew too well by name. The preacher kept talking about heaven above, while I'm staring at the face of someone I love. Now I got graveyard friends I still talk to at night. Looking at the sky, trying to make it feel right. Some light in the cell, some buried in stone. Some never got the chance to grow. Graveyard friends, yeah, the pain runs deep. Memories heavy that I still keep. Every name carved in my heart again. friend. Next one gone till the system changed. Courtroom echo calling out his name. Hands in cuffs while his mama cry. Whole life changed in a single night. Said he'd be home when the years went by, but we all knew time doesn't move that kind. Another chair empty when the crew meets up. Another story ending rough. Sirens outside almost every week. Another young kid that the streets will keep. Another mother crying in the pouring rain. Another life lost to the same old pain. Started feeling like the world was cursed. Watching the worst just keep getting worse. Every goodbye carving deeper scars under the same cold prison. Now I got graveyard friends I still talk to at night. Looking at the sky trying to make it feel right. Some locked in the cell, some buried in stone. Some never got a chance to grow old. Graveyard friends, yeah, the pain runs deep. Memories heavy that I still keep. Every name carved in my heart again. I'm walking this road for my graveyard friends. One night sitting quiet staring at the sky, thinking about a question nobody asked why. Why some kids never get the chance to grow, while others watch the whole world unfold. Thought about my mom saying I wouldn't survive. Said I wouldn't see 18 in this life. And for a minute there, I almost believed that the streets had the same fate for me. But watching those graves in the cold night air, something inside said don't stop here. Like every loss carried a hidden flame, saying don't let the story end the same. So I stood there silent by the cemetery gate, feeling the weight of every lost fate. And I made a promise under the stars that night. I'm gonna live enough life for all of us, for every friend that never made it home, for every name carved deep in stone, for every kid still trapped in that fight. I'ma keep pushing toward the light. I got graveyard friends watching from above. Every step I take, every dream I love. Some locked away, some resting in peace, but their voices still echo inside of me. Graveyard friends, yeah, the pain still stays, but it fuels the fire, lighting up my way. And every step forward I take again, I'm carrying the weight of my graveyard friend. Some stories end in prison cells, some stories end under headstones, but mine was just beginning. Said I wouldn't make it past 18. Yeah. They said I wouldn't make it past 18. Those words still echo in my dreams. Mama steady like you was destiny, like the world already buried me. Growing up in places nobody should stay, group homes, courtrooms running away. Every adult saying I'd end up the same. Another lost kid in the systems game. Teachers looking like they already knew that the future wasn't something I make it to. Friends disappearing one by one, some locked away, some under the sun. Every year felt like a countdown clock, like the world was waiting for the moment I dropped. But every stone that tried to bury my name was building a fire inside my veins. I'm 18, still standing strong. Every voice that doubted me was wrong. They said my story would end too soon, but I'm still here under the same moon. 18 in the fight, not done. Still chasing dreams I haven't won, but every step I take again proves I'm stronger than the world I'm in. I remember nights staring up at the sky, thinking maybe they were right, maybe I died, maybe this road was already set, maybe my future was a losing bet. Was something in me refused to break, even when my whole life felt fake, even when the pain ran deep in my chest. Something inside said don't give up yet. Watching people crash in the same old trap, same broken road with no way back. From at every funeral, every prison gate, many question if I share that fate. And slowly a thought started breaking through. Maybe the path they gave ain't true, maybe the ending they wrote for me ain't the ending I'm meant to be. Now I'm 18, still standing strong. Every voice that doubted me was wrong. They said my story would end too soon, but I'm still here under the same moon. 18 in the fight, not done. Still chasing dreams I haven't won, but every step I take again proves I'm stronger than the world I'm in. 18 candles on the quiet cake, thinking about every step he took to escape. Every night I almost lost my way, every moment I almost faded away. But pain can shape their when it's spill, and scars can teach you how to heal. Every doubt that they threw at me turned into fuel for who I be. Now I'm looking forward instead of behind, trying to build a different kind of life. One where the past don't write their end, one where the future begins again. And every kid that the system forgot, every name that the streets have lost, I'm walking forward carrying it flame, because I survived what buried them. They counted me out before I could stand. Repression makes diamonds, not broken sand. They counted me out, they counted me out, they counted me out. Now I'm 18, I broke their mold, didn't follow the path. They told every scar that I carry still turned into strength and iron will. 18 and the road's still long, but I'm writing the life where I belong. And every step I take again is proof I was born to win. They said I wouldn't make it. They said I wouldn't make it. But here I am. Yeah. It's it. Yeah. I grew up where the nights felt cold, where the truth gets hard and the hearts turn stone. Courtroom benches and broken homes, learning how to stand on my own. Seen things most kids shouldn't see. Lost in pain chasing after me. Friends in graves, friends in chains, different roads but the same old pain. They said I fall like the rest before. Another lost kid the streets absorb. Another name in the system fire. Another dream buried in denial. But pressure makes something stronger inside. Every storm only sharpened my mind. Every scar carved deep in my skin turned into armor I'm living in. I was forged in fire, built from pain. Every scar running through my veins. Every storm that tried to bury me built the strength they couldn't see. Forged in fire, standing tall, I survived what buried them all. They tried to write how my life would end, but the fire made a stronger man. I remember nights staring up at the sky, thinking maybe they were right. Maybe the path was already set. Maybe the future was a losing bet. But watching friends disappear too fast made me question the road I was on. Funeral suits and prison bars, too many and it's still too wrong. It's something deep in my chest woke up, like a spark when the flame erupts, like a voice in the dark saying don't stay here. Your story's bigger than all this fear. So I started walking a different line, leaving the chaos I knew behind. Not easy roads, but stronger ones, built from the battles I've already won. I was forged in fire, built from pain. Every scar running through my veins. Every storm that tried to bury me built the strength they couldn't see. Forged in fire, rising high. Every doubt that tried to deny the kid they thought would fade away is stronger standing here today. Yeah. Now I move with the weight of the past I carry, but that same weight made my vision steady. Every loss became my fuel. Every scar became a tool. The system tried to shape my name, tried to trap my life in this game, but I broke the mold they built for me and carved the man I'm meant to be. I do this for the ones I lost, for every friend life took too fast, for every kid still trapped inside a world that tells them they won't survive. Because strength they born in peaceful days is built in storms and burning flames. And everything that tried to break my soul is the reason I'm in control. Still it's made in heat and flame. Diamonds shine through crushing pain. Everything that tried to destroy my name only helped me rise again. I was forged in fire, built to rise. I was forged in fire. Proud. they said would never win came back stronger than he'd been. They thought the fire would destroy me, but fire doesn't always destroy things. Sometimes it creates them. Yeah. Yeah. They told me life would end. Yeah. They told me life would end. Yeah. 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 They told me life would end before it began. Another lost kid with a broken plan. System wrote a future in a filing name, like my whole life was already claimed. Courtroom kid with a storm in his chest. Group home nights never letting me rest. Watching people disappear too soon. Under headstones are locked in a room. They thought the road I walked would collapse. Thought the past would keep pulling me back. Thought the fire inside would fade away. But I'm still standing here today. It wasn't an easy road, wasn't a safe highway. Every step that I chose, I did it my way. Through the storms and the pain, through the nights and the gray. Every scar that I carry, yeah, was built my way. I had to learn how to build from dust, how to stand when the world said crush, how to turn every loss I faced into fuel for a stronger place. Seen the darkness people hide from sight, watch young lives disappear overnight. Heavy lesson carved deep in my mind, heavy struggle shaping my grind. Now I'm chasing dreams they never saw, breaking every silent law. Not the path they tried to give to me, but the one that set me free. It wasn't an easy road, wasn't a safe highway. Every step that I chose, I did it my way. Through the storms and the pain, through the nights and the gray. Every scar that I carry, yeah, was built my way. Sometimes I think about the kid I was, small feet hanging in that courtroom hall. No idea where the road would bend, or how the story would finally end. If he could see me standing here, still chasing dreams, still conquering fear, he'd probably smile through the storm and doubt, knowing somehow we made it out. Because strength grows in the hardest fight, hope shines in the darkest night. And every step I take today is proof I found my way. Not the road they planned for me, not the life they said I'd see. Every mile, every scar made me who I am. It wasn't an easy road, wasn't a safe highway, but the life that I built, I built my way. Through the fire and rain, through the nights and the gray. And the man that I became, was forged my way. It wasn't the easy path, but easy roads, nah, never built strong, man. Started as a kid in the courtroom chair, too young to understand why nobody cared. Strangers talking like I wasn't there, deciding when my life would disappear. Different houses, different streets, different faces every week. Learning early how to stand alone, even when the place was called a home. Seen friends fall to the same old road, some locked away, some under stone. Life moved fast in a world that cold, trying to survive before growing old. Every moment carved deep in me, every scar part of the story. I walk through storms most never see, through nights that try to bury me. Every step through the fire and wrath, it's how I forge my own path. They said the road would end for me before I even turned 18. But every mile through the aftermath, it's how I forge my own path. Yeah, I remember words that cut so deep. You won't make it past 18. Those echoes follow through the years, through every fight and every fear. But every storm I pushed against built the strength they never guessed. Every loss that broke my heart only helped me restart. Now I see things differently. Pain became my energy. Every dream I chased today came from nights that felt like decay. Sometimes the darkest place you stand becomes the start of who you are as a man. I walk through storms most never see, through nights that tried to bury me. Yeah, every step through the fire and wrath, is how I forge my own path. Yeah, they said the road would end for me before I even turned 18. But every mile through the aftermath, is how I forge my own path. Now I think about the kid I was, lost in questions without much love, wondering why life felt so rough, wondering if he'd be enough. If that kid could see me now, standing strong through every doubt, he know the truth he couldn't see. We were stronger than we believed, because pain can shape a stronger soul, and broken roads can build control. Every battle I survived turned into the man alive. Not the life they thought I lived, not the ending they would give. Every mile I walk through pain built the strength inside my name. I walk through storms most never see, through nights that tried to bury me. Every scar from the aftermath is proof I forged my own path. And every kid who feels alone, every soul still finding home, just know your story's not the past. Yeah, you can forge your own path. It wasn't the easy road, but every step was mine. Yeah. I came to something strong enough. Yeah. I came from nights where the lights stayed dim, where hope felt small and the eyes stayed slim. Courtroom halls and broken homes, learning too young how to stand alone. Yeah, different houses, different doors, different lives I walked before, trying to find somewhere to belong while the world kept moving on. Seen friends fall to the same old fate, prison walls or an early grave. Every lost carved lines in me, every scar part of the story. But deep inside where the silence lives, a voice kept saying, don't quit, just live. So hold your head up, don't look down, even when the world spins you around. Every storm you're walking through won't always follow you. Hold your head up, stand your ground, even when the sky falls down, because the road that feels so rough might lead to something strong enough. They told me life would never change, said my future was already named. Like the past would lock the door, before I even reached for more. But every storm I pushed against built the strength they never guessed. Every doubt they threw my way turned into fuel for another day. Now I see things differently, pain became my energy. Every dream I chased today came from nights that felt like decay. Sometimes the hardest road you climb leads you to the strongest life. So hold your head up, don't look down, even when the world spins you around. Every storm you're walking through won't always follow you. Hold your head up, stand your ground, even when the sky falls down, because the road that feels so rough might lead to something been strong enough. Now I think about the kid I was, lost in questions without much love, wondering why life felt so rough, wondering if he'd be enough. If that kid could see me now, standing tall through every doubt, he finally know what we couldn't see. Yeah. We were stronger than we believed. So if you're lost where the road feels cold, if you feel like nobody knows, just remember storms don't stay, and tomorrow's another day. Every storm will pass someday. Every night turns into day, and the fire you feel inside might be the thing that changes your life. So hold your head up, don't give in, even when the fight feels grim. Every scar you carry still might turn into iron will. Hold your head up, stay strong. Your story's bigger than the wrong, and the road that feels so tough might lead to who you become. It wasn't an easy road, but it was mine. And if you're still fighting your way through the storm, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Started with $1 and a dream stitched in my jeans. Mama working double shifts to keep us eating green. Street lights were my spotlight, cracked sidewalks my stage. Writing rhymes on notebook lines, trying to turn the page. They said I'd never make it, said I'd end up like the rest. But pressure makes a diamond, yeah, I'm grateful for the test. Every scar's a story, every setback built a bridge. From the bottom of the valley to the top side of the ridge. Built from the ground, yeah, we rose from the dust. Concrete flowers blooming in ourselves we trust. They can take the crown, but they can't take the rust. Built from the ground up, this is us. Yeah. Now the light's a little brighter, but the shadows still remain. I still hear the sirens every time it starts to rain. Success don't mean forgetting every lesson that you learned. Every bridge I crossed was one somebody else had burned. I keep my circle tighter than the laces on my shoes, cause everybody's loyal till there's something they could lose. I'm writing for the kid who's sitting where I used to sit, with fire in his chest and just a pen to light the wick. Built from the ground, yeah, we rose from the dust. Concrete flowers blooming, in ourselves we trust. They can take the crown, but they can't take the rush. Built from the ground up, this is us. Yeah, yeah. One life, one shot, no rehearsal for the play. Yesterday's a lesson, but tomorrow's what I chase. So I stack my words like bricks and let them stand up tall. If the foundation's real, then it'll never fall. I don't rap for platinum plaques or for the magazine covers. I rap for single mothers and forgotten little brothers, for the ones who punch the clock and never get a thank you. For the dreamer in the dark, yeah, I see you, I'm thankful. So when they write the story, let them know it wasn't luck. It was faith and dedication when the whole world said give up. From the ground we built the kingdom with our bare and bloody hands, and we'll stand on what we built, cause now the whole world understands. Built from the ground, yeah, we rose from the dust. Concrete flowers blooming, in ourselves we trust.